Yeah, I know I was going outside. I'm still getting there, trust me. The kids' mums just picked... Well, they're not kids. The Wicked Witch of the Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah, she lives west of me. The Wicked Witch of the West has picked their kids up for the day. Because this is her... I don't know, she's just going to drive them around everyone in her family's place probably, and so they could all get in their ears and try and ruin our Christmas for us or something. It's just how they play. Okay, well, it's just... They don't even think it's a game. They think they're well within their rights to fuck with kids' heads. Because, I don't know, she found me in the gutter. No, I was just living on a farm, quite happy. I was having a crack at a different way of life for a while. Some aspects of it I actually miss, but the farm got sold and I ended up having to come back to the commercial world, you know. I fell into a trap. Let's just say that. I fell into a trap. And paid the price. It happens to us all. Now, that said, over and done with on that. I'm going outside shortly. Yeah, look, come on. Wait, open this up because my windows are tinted. I'll show ya. Look at this. Look at that. Not a fucking drawing. Oh, nah, what's that? Oh, didn't want to see that. The sound waves through a straight line in the cloud. Anyway. Andrew Bridgen. And Digital ID and Agenda 2030. See, people think that they're still working on Agenda 21. No, that was the agenda for the 21st century. And the agenda for the 21st century was a set-up for Agenda 2030. Agenda 21's done. It's finished. We're already in the 21st century. Now they're working on the agendas for each decade, each 10 years. Agenda 2030. Agenda 47. The 47th president. That's the thing. Project 2025. That's the thing. It was drawn up by a think tank for Donald Trump. For Donald Trump at his request? No, for Donald Trump is the roadmap that he's meant to fucking be following. Ricardo Bosie reckoned he knows nothing, never heard of it. He'd never heard of it. I asked him the question. His fucking pinheaded thing from Darwin, from the territory that's not a part of Australia. David Rogers was asking, have you heard of Project 47 and Agenda 47 and Project 2025, which is supposed to be the program that Donald Trump's working from? No. Never heard of it. I'll have a look into that, but no, I've never heard of it. Next question. Oh, really? I've seen pictures and video footage of Donald Trump walking around with those things in his fucking hand. A 900-page manifesto on the path forward, which is in lockstep with World Economic Forum. Yeah, Donald Trump's really on your side. Duh. Now, Andrew Brighton's bang on here. Listen to it. He's bang on. We'll get to the end of it. I didn't watch the last couple of minutes of it. We'll see. Actually, I'm not going to say bang on yet. I didn't watch the last couple of minutes of it. We'll just see if it goes on about how you can boat your way out of it. If he goes on to that, then I'm going to say, wow, you can be right and wrong at exactly the same time, that's a talent. Before I do, he's talking about non-compliance. Non-compliance doesn't mean fighting it, okay? And this is where a lot of people have fallen over. They're saying, do not comply while geeing you up to fight against it. That's complying. That's participating in the whole fucking thing. Fighting, it takes two to have a fight, correct? Unless you're Elsa Matheson in the McDonald's car park punching yourself in the face. Sorry, Elsa. Now, it takes two to have a fight. It takes two to tango. It takes two to implement any kind of agenda, because you have to accept that fight. Okay? You have to accept that fight. You can turn the other cheek and let them slap that without complying. Or you can turn the other cheek and walk away. Well, I would go as far as to say turning the other cheek, turning the other cheek is where it actually comes from. A legionnaire slaps one of the disciples, one of the tough ones. Whack! Because he wouldn't renounce Jesus Christ, his Lord and Saviour. Now I shall turn the other one so that you may strike that, because I shall never renounce Jesus Christ, my Lord and Saviour. He was showing courage without fighting back. Do what you like. Do your worst. I'm not going to comply, nor am I going to fight against the system. I'm simply going to do your fucking worst, cunt. Do your worst. What are you going to do? Create another martyr to stick on a fucking pole? Walk away. Turn the other cheek. Whack. And then walk away. You have no power over me. You have no dominion. Who the fuck do you think you are? See ya. I can't give too much away. Just watch what happens through this court thing with me. Just watch what happens. Either way, I win. Win, lose or draw, I win. That's how I'm playing this. Win, lose or draw, I win. I'm almost better off to lose in order to win. How? I'm showing this fucking festery fucking boil for what it is. I can't say any more than that, because if I do, I'm going to ruin my own plot. My own conspiracy of my own that I have conspired. I think they got me. Sorry. I'll set yous up. I'll set yous all up. What is it? Unser Kampf für die Freiheit. Our struggle for freedom. Anyway, here we go.
To resist the digital ID, we've got to resist complying with the government and signing into the one login system. It's going to be uncomfortable. I would urge people to use as much cash as possible and stay out of the system. And lobby every elected person. You've got councillors, A couple of councils, London Assembly have come out against digital ID, Cornwall County Council's coming out against digital ID. We need all the councils to feel the political pressure to come out and go against this tyrannical government's attempt to force everybody, mandate people to have digital ID.
I won't interrupt after this. I plan to at this point. Okay? Why? Councils are they've already capitulated. They're already compromised. They're already bought and paid for. They've all received their little brown paper bags. Or they've all received the photos and proof of bits of footage of them walking into hotel rooms with people they shouldn't be. Possibly genders they shouldn't be, possibly ages that they shouldn't be. There's a reason why our former mayor has prostitutes working out of his club hotel. Okay? Yes, I've been and investigated myself. Dirty, dirty, dirty business that is. I've done the fucking hard work for you. So, don't count on your councils. Don't. If you're going to do anything, be a disruptive provocateur. Go to council meetings and be a disruptive provocateur so that they cannot actually get any agendas across themselves. They have to discuss them. Be a disruptive provocateur and ruin their public council meetings, because then they have to table it all again. If they do not get certain things on the table for us to be able to speak up against, then they have to try again next meeting. If you're going to engage in an intellectual way. You've got to be smarter than what they have been. You can't riot your way out of it. You can't protest your way out of it. You can't fight a system that's got all the hardware, all the software, all the toys, when all we have is sticks and stones and whippleball bats. Excuse me. Next patient, please. So, right, don't expect the council to come clippity-clopping to your rescue. They'll pretend they are with their word salad.
Because if you give into digital ID, you're not only giving your freedom away, you'll be giving away your children's, your grandchildren's and future generations of our nation away, giving their freedom away, and it's not ours to give away. Say no to digital ID.
Also, I think it's a bipartisan issue.
It's not. We're not about the politics of right and left. We're in the politics of right and wrong. And there's no way back from this. So you'd have to trust Keir Starmer's government with all this power over you, but you'd also have to trust every government in the future that you don't even know who they are. And I don't trust this government, and I think very few people do.
So I think a lot of people see things very narrow view. There's left and then there's right.
No, there's right and there's wrong. And digital ID is wrong.
Mr. Bridget is a wonderful man. He is travelling around telling the truth. This man is speaking out against the globalists, and those are the kind of people that we need to see in Parliament, because we're expected to believe that the people in Parliament are intelligent men and women, but I doubt that very much when they don't know that what we're facing now, digital ID, is above the level of nation, but this man does now. Please welcome Andrew Bridget and make some noise.
Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. They will tell you that digital ID, you should give up some of your freedom for security and for convenience. I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that history shows repeatedly that those people willing to give up their freedom for the vision of security and convenience end up with neither freedom nor security. And the only convenience will be that the state will find it far easier to manage every part of your and my lives with digital ID. Digital ID is absolutely fundamental for Agenda 2030. If we can stop digital ID, we can stop Agenda 2030 and we can have our freedom. Now, it was 3 years ago today, on the 13th of December 2022, I stood up in the house behind us on the corner and stopped the government vaccinating healthy under fives with the COVID-19 vaccines. The same politicians who told you that the vaccines were safe and effective are telling you that you need digital ID. Keir Starmer did not have digital ID in his manifesto. He barely got a third of the votes in the country. Barely 20% of the adults who could have voted. He has no mandate to take away our freedoms. He has no authority. And the good news is that 2/3 of the public are already against digital ID. And the more they find out about it, the less they are going to like it, I assure you. Digital ID is a trap, and it's always better to avoid a trap than to try and get out of it once we're in it. If you say yes to digital ID, I fear you'll never be able to say no to the government ever again. And to trust any government with the power that digital ID gives over you is amazing. How many people in the audience trust Keir Starmer's government? Well, imagine you'd be placing your trust not only in Keir Starmer's government at the moment, but in every future government that is yet to be elected or appointed to the house behind us. It is a one-way street. Once you give these freedoms away, you will never get them back. And more importantly, you'll be giving away not only your freedom, but vicariously you'll be giving away your neighbour's freedom if you comply. You'll be giving away your children's freedom. You will be giving away your grandchildren's freedom. And you will be giving away the freedom of generations of our nation yet unborn. Not in my name. It's not our freedom to give away. We will win. God bless you all and thank you.
I love it when people can say things eloquently in a way that everyone can understand. A lot of this stuff is actually quite difficult to translate in ways that everyone will comprehend without understanding, or understand and comprehend, because people understand things without comprehension, comprehensibility. How do you fight back against it? You don't. Like he said, do not comply. Non-compliance means non-engagement. Doesn't mean trying to fight it, because it takes two to have a fight. That's what they want. Why? Two to have a fight. Oh, geez. What kind of martial law do you want? What kind of a continuance of governance under martial law do you want? One that's used to whack us over the head with, because we've become chaotic and unruly and uncohesive, socially uncohesive, or one where the military has to step in with their backs to us and their faces to the government, because the government has become obviously belligerent. Do we want the military on their side or our side? Because we already know what side the police have taken. We've got the military on our side. the amount of police that will capitulate back to where they're supposed to be, because I honestly not just believe, I know many of them want to. They're just waiting for the go button. They're just waiting for us to turn it on. Now, how do we turn it on? More to the point, they're waiting for us to turn it off. If we want police on our side, we have to prove that we can function socially, cohesively, fairly, honestly, where we offer up the criminals and protect those who are being kicked to the curb without any victims, those who are being fascistly unfairly treated. We offer up the criminals and take back what is ours by protecting what is ours, saying, sorry, no, you can't have that person. Sorry, no, they've done nothing wrong. Thou shalt not bear false witness. You think the answer to everything isn't in there? Of course it is. It's in the 10 Commandments and the Golden Rule. That's all you need. And abiding by doing a bit like it's just the 7 deadly sins. I think we're all going to commit those at some point repeatedly throughout our lives. The 7 deadly sins are damaging to yourself more than anything. Yes, they damage other people. When you commit one of the 7 deadly sins and it affects somebody else, okay, you've made your sin somebody else's business. Now you need to be dealt with. But if you can keep your 7th deadly sin to yourself, you're only damaging yourself. One of the 7 deadly sins. Now, thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not be a fucking snitch. Okay? Trying to put someone on the criminal because they're doing something like growing. I'll use this 100, and I don't smoke pot. I haven't smoked pot since 30. Oh, crikeys. How long's it been since I've been a pot smoker? About 18 years. I've had a couple of puffs on a joint now and then and really fucking regretted it. I got caught into having a cone one night and spent the next 3 hours staring at an ashtray because every time I looked up the room started spinning. It didn't do me real good at all. It was funny for everyone else there, but it wasn't too good for me. Bastards. If you want to smoke pot, go for your life because you're not hurting anyone. You're not hurting anyone. My poison has been something else. It ain't good. No, it shouldn't exist. But geez, it's used quite well against us, isn't it? We're throwing out our own kids out of our own homes over it. We're judging our own children to condemnation over an affliction. You think that's the right thing to do? Offering up our own kids to the police? My mum's done that multiple times over pot. Dobbed me in for growing a couple of dope plants. Why do you think I don't have anything to do with your mum? I'd love to, but you're poison. You're the worst poison than any drug I've ever had. I'm sorry. I love ya. But you're a bad person. You bear false witness. You're a snitch. You're a snitch for all the wrong reasons. When someone's actually doing bad things, stealing, selling drugs to kids, dealing in stolen goods, G'ing up girls so they can have their way with them. What's G'ing up? There's a liquid drug called liquid G, and a couple of drops of that and she's anyone's. It's bad shit. Have I tried it? Yeah. It's not nice. It's a horrible thing. Some people like it. Ugh. It feels like you're almost dead. Feels like you're just about to walk out of your own body and let it collapse into a fucking pile and into a mess and never get back into it. It's a weird fucking feeling. Those people have to be dealt with. Those, yeah, offer those straight up. They should be stuck in an 8-foot box until they meet their maker. That is for a community to sort out. It takes a community to raise a kid. It takes a community to have a community. It takes a community to be socially cohesive. It takes a community for people to exist with contentment and for everyone to be successful. You can't do it on your own. It doesn't work that way. Recently with my burns, if it wasn't for a couple of decent people in my community, I'd have been fucked and probably lost half of one of my legs. Now, I'm not even joking. So thank you, Dwayne. Thank you. I'm hopeless with names. Les. Thank you, Peter, who is completely the opposite from me as far as Christian goes, but we've got more in common than I have got in common with most of you Christians. Because you're not Christians. You're just religious church nuts who don't even know what a church is. I won't elaborate any more than that. What's the point? Do not comply means do not comply. If somebody offers you a fight and you accept it, you've complied. You've complied to have a fight. And nobody wins. Nobody wins except the fight itself. And you should have learnt that at school. You ever had a biffo at school? See, nobody has biffos at school. Not only has that created a bunch of soft people, it's created a bunch of conformists. They go along to get along because they're scared they might get a fat lip. It doesn't hurt that much. Now we've got a bunch of cowards. All we've got is a generation of cowards that run around and they'll beat you over the head with a rock or stab you because they're scared of getting hurt. They're scared of actually having a real fucking biffo. They blindside you, they king hit you, they'll punch you fucking out of nowhere. Rather than, alright then, let's fucking do this, take your watch and shit off, let's sort it out. But it takes two to comply to that, doesn't it? A bloke that bashes another bloke that doesn't fight back is a fucking arsehole. That's an alpha, a useful idiot. He's useful for all the wrong reasons and useless for all the wrong reasons. Alright, I'm going out now. I got to. That's too nice to ignore. Bye bye. God bless you.